welcome. You know, you already know what time it is, man. It's Tuesday nights, and we talking about Girth right here on Podcasting. We do this every Tuesday, 9:30ish, 10ish o'clock. And look, we can do
9:30ish.
Yeah, but the point is, we can do what the fuck we want to do because it's. We respect everybody's time, but guess what? Some things go over, some things don't. But we gonna give y'all the best we got. So, I am Miles Dixon, the one and only, the big homie, the one that's on my left, on my dear left. It's our on my dear left. It's our E-Block Crusader from the 482 motherfucking 05. He go by the name of Q Lewis.
What up, man? You already know what it is. It's your boy Q Lewis holding it down live from the 48205 Red Zone, baby.
Gang, bitch. Oh, sorry. I always gotta add that in.
Gotta add that in.
And to the one that's next to him, the giggly one, the Martin Luther King-ish. He's the Martin Luther King of the crew.
That's Miles. You know that's Miles.
It's not me.
That's your.
It was you.
It's not me.
That's you, nigga.
Okay,
Still you.
Hold
Cut
on.
that shit down.
Is that me?
Mouse.
It's not me.
That shit is Joey.
It's Joey.
Oh, that's me. My bad.
That nigga Taper hit the his nigga Afro. His
Taper.
His freedom fighter Afro hit the screen.
He said freedom. All right,
Dog. Already you start early.
Y'all the one and only, the other bigger homie who's smaller than us, but he's still the bigger homie. He go by the name of Chase Bragg to this bitch.
Yeah, what up, though?
Dog, that shit funny as hell. Freedom fighter. I'm growing my shit out too though. My hairline ain't as good though.
No,
Keep my head on.
He be like, nah, I've been to the mountaintop, and I might not see you when you get there.
Hey, like you play it, look like you got a mountain top on your head.
You know, it's not about me.
Oh shit.
It's not about
Next
me.
week is it.
And the one on the ones and twos to bring us to you, none other than Glossy Gloria Lips, a.k.a. Nikki.
Nicole.
Nicole be out them shiny little boys. I think she wear that lip gloss on purpose. I think,
Carmen checking in. What up, dude?
What up, though, Carmen? Shout out to Carmen. Hey, y'all. So today we are talking about
Our past affecting our present.
our past affecting our present.
Something like that.
And I was like, no, for real, that's what it is.
Y'all niggas some bullshit.
Look at Joe. Look at it. Like, now y'all gonna follow me to Selma or not? We're gonna walk across this bridge, you bitches.
God damn.
And look like my titties get smaller. Anyway,
Good job. Good job.
your past affecting your present. I want to start off. Yes, it's my past has affected my present in a lot of ways, but it's not negative. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, my mother died in marriage when I was 16, so people are like, oh man, that's kind of deep. Well, just take it off, Nicole.
Yeah, people don't know what we're talking about.
A whole nother show.
Girth like a motherfucker.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Meat Sausage Show.
Damn. Anyway.
So,
Right, where was we?
where were we again?
Your mama died in your
My
arms.
mother died when I was 16. So, and when that first happened, of course, I had a lot of hatred for God. And
Yeah.
I was like, why me, blah, blah, blah. But then as the years went on, I realized why me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. My auntie said it the best. She said, son, you have to realize God do not choose people to go through things if they don't
Hold
feel.
up. I'm sorry. Is that seasoned salt in your shit?
Yeah, she. You can tell that's the sign of a greedy motherfucker.
I'm like, is that seasoned salt in your bag, bro? All right. My bad. Go ahead, dog. So your auntie was like,
yeah. So she just said, God don't put things on you that you cannot handle. He don't believe that you're strong enough to handle.
Right.
And it kind of grew me to be a better man. Mm-hmm. Everything that I went through, either with my stroke, the cancer situation, and other situations in my life, always just made me stronger.
big.
You feel me?
For sure.
Cause
Obviously, going through that shit, you weren't thinking that though.
No, I was. And the only thing that I wasn't thinking like that was with my mother's death.
Yeah.
When I caught COVID, man, that doctor looked at me like, "You heard what I said? That you have COVID." Same thing. The doctor with cancer. You have cancer. I'm like, okay, but I need a second opinion, and I want to make sure. You feel me?
Yeah.
But through it all, I just kept a positive attitude, and I kept pushing.
Yeah.
And I ain't telling people like all you do is keep a positive attitude and you'll be okay, but not stressing and not worrying will help you out a whole lot.
Yeah, that shit. That's most of it right there.
Yeah, because people be getting shit like, I got COVID, I'm gonna die, oh my god, oh my god. There was a time when I was laying in the bed in the hospital with COVID, and I said, God, this cannot be my end. So whoever this is fit for, you can give this to them. You know what I mean? I'll be honest with you.
But you know what? Not to cut you off, big bro, but I think a lot of people that got COVID that was acting just the way you said, those are the ones that died.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's it. So that's another thing. But how my past was set up was, I think I took the hardest hit I could ever take at this particular time, other than something happening to my child.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, if something was to happen to my child, it'd be a different story, and everybody got to die. But
Right. Nah,
but that's a whole different story. So, people who felt like that, and plus I stay prayed up, regardless of what y'all might think how my vocabulary is, how I am. I stay prayed up at all times, and I mean it. And people who be around me be noticing. Like somebody was riding with me a couple weeks ago. I left my laptop, my iPad on top of my car.
Damn.
And I drove about 3.5 miles and whipped the corners, right? And I got out the car like, "Can my iPad?" They're like, "No, it's not in here. It's not." I said, "Damn it." I said I left it on the hood of the car. As soon as I got up, the iPad was like,
That boy was glued.
I was like,
the hell.
and they looked at me like, "Wow, like you are the one." And I was like,
this is the
They just
chosen.
looking at this thing like he must got a 2020 phone or
Right.
something.
Hell yeah.
yeah.
I've
That
had on the
motherfucker's
roof.
on top of my shit. Gone.
Right. It's funny
As soon as I hit
because
the corner.
it's funny. I put my phone.
Magnet in it, so it's stuck to the car.
Oh,
Is it magnet?
Oh, it's a magnet in it.
Word?
what? My case?
Yes,
I didn't know that shit.
Inside the iPad?
Not on the bottom.
yes it is.
Get out of here.
Damn, I did not know that shit.
Yes it is.
They ain't doing. I got a cheaper. No, the call.
Hey, look, she
I
gonna
don't,
show you
see,
guys.
I don't see nothing sticking.
See nothing
Nicole. You talking
sticking.
about?
Oh, I see it. Oh, okay, I see it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's right there.
Yeah, it's right there.
Right, yeah.
Oh.
Right.
I
That
got
have nothing to do with that damn thing being on the bottom. She said, I ain't got a magnet in
you. Hey, you
it.
see that?
Because
She just tried to downgrade your prayers.
Right, you know what I'm
Did you see
saying?
that?
Let him have his moment. That was God.
You're right.
It be the Saints, man.
Oh, wait, the Saints.
It be the Saints trying to downplay your prayers.
Right. Them damn, that's why I don't mess with them damn church people.
Like, your prayers was all right, but there's a magnet on this motherfucker. Like, no magnet on
Your
that
prayers
shit.
okay, you be praying up.
She probably find that magnet.
She like, she like,
She is searching that.
she like, you praying
There's a
up.
motherfucking magnet in here.
Hey, she like, you praying up, but that battery held your iPad down. That's a bitch. Okay.
Dog, she gonna find that goddamn magnet.
So yes, my past has affected my present, which equates to the determination of my future. So, what about you, Q?
Yeah, I feel you. Damn, so you went all deep on the first one and shit. So I thought we was talking about on the surface shit.
You
So
gotta go deep now.
yeah, I guess I gotta go deep now. So this
That's what she told me.
God, this is goofy as hell. Damn, I'm trying to think now. All right, so look, let's go back to this then. My grandfathers. All right, so I think grandfathers are an important part of any young. I was gonna say young boy's life, but any young child, but especially a young man though. So grandfathers are important. My grandfathers were, you know how the granddays was back in the day. They was like they was men's men. Like they didn't do shit that was like comfortable for women and shit. They just did whatever the fuck niggas wanted to do and shit. That's what they did.
Right.
But they took care of the household and shit, right?
Right.
So I look at that, and my old man is kind of like that. He a little bit different though. But my grandfathers were like that and shit. So I feel like I got some of that, but all of that's not good though. So I say that to say that when you get older, you start feeling like I can kind of do whatever I want to do as long as I hold the house down.
Right.
And it's not necessarily. Leave that
true.
shit alone. Ain't no magnet on that shit. Stop. Ain't no magnet on that shit.
Okay, why you paying attention to me?
Hey, look, women just gotta be right.
No, just gotta be right, bro.
God damn.
It ain't no magnet. He prayed that shit up there. Okay, damn, it's okay. But yeah, so you get older, you realize like that's not necessarily the case, right?
She this bitch like this.
No, she is. She's trying to stick that shit in everything. I mean, she's struggling, sweating and shit.
She gonna find that bag
She got
before this show.
Y'all right? No damn magnet on that shit.
Go ahead, Q.
But yeah, so you get older and you have relationships and shit, and you evolve a little bit and you find out like it shouldn't be that way. You know what I'm saying? I thought that for a long time though. I felt like as long as I'm taking care of everything, fuck it. If somebody mad, they just mad. You know what I'm saying? Like you worry about the consequences later.
Right.
She's still trying to. She tried on the phone and every motherfucking thing.
Hey y'all, she like that.
I wish we had a camera on her, dog. She's struggling.
She this motherfucker like damn.
But that's one of those things too. And another bad thing I think, and luckily I strayed away from it though, is the lack of communication between men from that age. It was pretty tough. Like they didn't talk to people.
Oh yeah.
They just did whatever the fuck they wanted to do.
Yeah, because
nobody explained or had a conversation or nothing.
My father and his wife slept in two different bedrooms.
Bro, my grandma and granddad was like that. I've never seen them sleep in the same room. At some point, I guess they did when my old man was kids and shit. But I've never seen them sleep in the same room before.
Yeah, because I think
That's the thing, I guess.
when men and women get older, they just a lot of times need their own space. Because a lot of times, here's the thing, y'all. And Joe, because I know you've been married for
23.
23 years, going about to be 24. So
Supposed to get that clap on that shit.
yeah, get clap on 24.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to
Over there trying to find a damn magnet.
Right, she's still looking.
She like, my magnet.
Look,
She Googling. She Googling. Yes, she is.
No, I am not.
She Googling. Is it a magnet on the back?
Is there a magnet on the back of my iPad keyboard? No. Hey, look, Google be like, no, dummy. Okay, let me tell you, dummy, Nicole, you know what I'm
Go
like.
out to Siri that shit.
No, Siri. Hey, Siri.
What is? Hey Siri, is there a battery on the back of an iPad?
This said a
keyboard?
battery.
It's not a battery. I said a magnet.
Sorry, no. That's what I mean. Siri, is there a magnet? Oh goddamn! Hold on.
What this nigga doing? He calling somebody.
I'm calling 911. Siri, is there a magnet on the back of an iPad keyboard? There is no battery on the no, not found. Now, Nicole, give it up. Goddamn.
She gonna find that motherfucker.
So Joe,
So anyway, yeah, Joe.
out of you about to be 24 years of marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have good examples of what a marriage supposed to look like?
Oh, that's a good question.
I did. I'm gonna say maybe about 50% of my life because my mom and my father wasn't married, but as a child, I lived with my father for a while, and my father was married.
Okay.
And she was my her name was Ethel. I call her Mama Ethel, but she was my stepmom, but she was like another mom.
Right.
For real. So as far as on that side, yes, I did. I seen the married life and how a man's supposed to be with a wife and this and that.
So how do you feel like how you measured up to what you seen?
Damn, that's a good question.
I've been married 23 years, so I guess I took notes and somehow.
Right, but I'm saying as a man and the man that you are, how did you feel you measured up to your dad?
Well, actually,
or should you?
Or should you?
Or should you even try to see that? That's a whole nother question.
I wouldn't because my dad, that's my dad. I love my dad. You know, rest his soul. But you know, he had his faults.
Everybody do,
You
right?
know,
Facts.
he was a pastor. Actually, he was a bishop. You know, but he had his faults.
Right.
You know, so in a lot of ways, I do see myself in him, and in a lot of ways, I don't.
And it's funny, dig this. So so me and Cal and us was having a conversation earlier today, right?
Shout out to Cal.
I said, Cal was talking, and it's amazing. Of course, we always talk about men shit, and it's amazing how much we don't really look at. Even the girls, along with the boys, always more like their father. You don't have boys or women even more like their mother.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's because I've learned in the world of physics and science that the dads holds the data.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, you know, because you planting the seed, that's the data.
That's true.
The men hold the data and the mothers hold the secrets.
Well, actually,
It's crazy.
if you want to get deeper, the man is the one that holds a household together.
Well, no, okay, I'm not gonna fight
Yeah.
that one. No,
Yeah.
no, okay, no.
Really?
He said he's coming in there.
Yeah.
I ain't about to
Put it like if the man is the one that was strong enough, should I say, to stay.
Yeah, but most,
in the house.
but you know, history goes. Most men wasn't that strong enough to stay in the house.
exactly.
I mean, through the good
That's-
and or through the bad.
Exactly.
So what I'm saying is, the men sperm or scrotum sac, nut sac actually carries the data, the information of the child. You feel me?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the woman is the one who holds the secrets, that creates the process of the birth. So that's why a lot of times that it's crazy that the daughter 9 times 10 always look a lot like their daddy.
That's true.
You know, it's
That's
crazy, but so I'm learning
That's
more
true.
about DNA.
That's because my daughters and your daughter look exactly.
Like y'all niggas and shit. I feel you.
Yeah, his daughter looks just like that
Okay.
nigga. Ugly, just like his ugly ass.
No.
He look like his daughter
She
look
looking
like
up in
him
between
with a
Googles.
wig on.
Dog, he definitely said
Just
that
like
with a wig
it.
on.
But she's way cuter than me.
Way cuter than him. No doubt about that.
But the truth is, the man holds the data, the information.
That's true.
That builds the child, and the woman is the one who processes and comforts and everything that's dealing with caring. You feel me?
Yeah.
In order for the child to come to earth. But with that being said, your past representing your present, that shit real. Because even later it takes for a child father to die for them to want to know more about their father, because that's where the data was. That's where that information was.
That's true.
You feel me?
But
No,
even if the father don't die, when a child get to a certain age, they want to know about their father.
because of the data, that's what I'm doing. Because of the data, we hold the information.
And see, that's where the disconnect comes, because you got fathers from our generation of fathers didn't talk. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times these conversations never had, because not because you didn't want to know, but because your old man was a stubborn motherfucker.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like my old man is like that now. Like I'm lucky enough to still have him, so I have to sneak conversations in. I figure out how to do that shit. Like, and he was a Vietnam vet. And if you know Vietnam vets, they don't talk about that shit
At all.
until they talk about that shit.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
And when they talk about it, you sound like this.
And you better take notes then, because they not gonna talk about the shit no
I'm
more.
about to say, you better damn well listen.
Yeah, you better listen in. So I do that now. So like we'll be watching TV or something, especially Platoon. If Platoon come on, I can get all the shit then.
Right.
He'd be like, yeah, this is when such and such happened. I'm like, word? Yeah, tell me some more about that shit. That's the only way I can get it out.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? Then we talk about his child. And I see his thing was him and his old man. My granddad, like, I don't think they talk like at all. Cause I'm asking him about his granddaddy. It's like, about his daddy. He's like, he don't fucking know.
And I'm gonna tell you why, because at that time, that's why I love. If anyone who watching us can hear the sound of my voice, if you could get a chance, please watch the movie Fences.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was a good movie.
Fences explained it.
It explains it and outlines why. Because a lot of time black men was beaten when they spoke. So when they got home, they didn't even want to talk when they got home, because the things that they were saying was going to be more emotional than it was manly in their eyes.
Facts.
when it comes down to men nowadays, we don't even want to seem emotional. Like me, I cried a whole bunch of shit. I cried watching The Lion King, right? So real story.
I'm sorry. That was serious.
Yeah, I cried watching The Lion King. Fuck you, Q.
Okay, I'm laughing.
My bad, niggas.
Fuck you, Joe.
Baby ass.
Right,
Simba!
Soft ass nigga, man.
So one of the people who thought I thought he was my friend called me a soft ass nigga, and I said, "Dog, I'm not soft, dog. This is emotional." Because it was about a person being detached from his father.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I understand.
Yeah.
It's just funny.
So me and my father was detached, right?
Yeah, this was a real situation.
And, and he jumped in my face, and then he didn't think I was soft afterwards. He just did. He just like
You put them hands to work, nigga.
and then I put them paws on.
See, that's the thing, though. Like, people have to be able to differentiate the two. Like, there's a difference between being soft and being emotional. It's two different things.
Yeah, it's a big difference.
Yeah, because some niggas emotional, and sometimes that emotion is anger.
Yeah.
So emotional is emotional.
And a lot of them emotional niggas will kick your ass.
Get your ass whooped.
Dog, for real.
You be like that. Yo, son.
Right, nah, real shit.
Hey,
You got to be careful with that shit.
That's being a man. That's two niggas you don't fight.
Right.
Yeah, emotional nigga.
And a scared nigga.
No, and a gay nigga.
Oh, shit. I wasn't
And
I
you
wasn't
gotta
prepared
think,
for
a
that.
gay,
I wasn't
that
ready.
nigga might be gay, but that
He's
nigga still a man.
And could you imagine? Could you imagine getting your ass whooped by a nigga that was doing the Wheel of Fortune in your ass?
That nigga said Wheel
Nah,
of Fortune.
nigga, you will never live that down.
Dog.
You can't say shit else.
Wheel
Every
of
time you
Fortune,
say
dog.
something, nigga be like, dog, you got your ass whooped by that gay nigga, man. Remember that shit, dog?
Then I got to hear what you said. Shit, he's still a nigga, though.
For
Shit. Dog, funny as hell. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, straight up. Shout out to my man, Tony Whitlock, who checking us out. Tony,
God.
we definitely gotta get you on the show, bro.
That was
That's
funny.
my brother. That's my other light skinned brother from another mother, Tony Whitlock. So listen, our past. I tell people a lot of times now. Our terminology would dictate the future, would dictate the outcome of our future every time. Why are you looking at me that like, Nicole? It ain't no magnet right here, Nicole.
Why your microphone so high?
I don't know, shit. The last
Because he was
person
fucking
here.
with it.
It's the last person that was here. Be like your ex-boyfriend, Nicole. No.
Oh, damn. Damn. Shit just, no, nigga, you can't handle one of this. This nigga trip. Damn. Dog, that was.
Exactly.
Yeah, you played yourself on that one to go. You should let that one go.
Let that ride out.
Yeah, you should let that ride out for sure.
So,
Right, back on task and shit.
terminology would dictate the outcome every time. If somebody don't understand you with words that you speak in, then you have to really find another way to convey your statement or what you're trying to get across. When in fact, same thing with the past. Let people. That's why I give people my book now when I meet them in the beginning. Like, here's my book. Read about it so you can understand how I am. That way, it ain't no misconstrued. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that way, we have a meeting point when we conversate.
And see, with us, we already it's already unfair. Well, I ain't gonna say unfair, but people have an unfair advantage with us. And when I say us, I mean people that do podcasts, because they get to see us, they get to figure out who we are before we actually. You know what I'm saying? Before we actually had a conversation.
Right.
I've had women tell me that shit, like, yeah, I watch your podcast. Is this what you think about such and such? Like, damn, like, they already know me.
And you be like, yeah.
It's like they already know me, so it's almost unfair and shit. But I think it's good at the same time, because I ain't got to explain this shit. You know, I got to explain this shit. This is where the fuck I'm coming from. You know that because you saw me say it.
You be like, bitch, go to podcast E81. Right. I had a conversation about this shit just the other day.
So-
and I ain't calling you a bitch because you're a bitch. I called you a bitch because you asked me some shit you already know.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to excuse that out of my vocabulary soon.
What, bitch?
I use it so much.
Yeah.
So much.
I got it from you.
Don't blame that shit on me. Maybe. And funny shit is though about communication. Like me and my old man, I think since I became an adult, this is the most I've like ever talked to him and shit. As a kid, like we didn't talk. Like he was at work, I was at school. When I came home from school and shit, by the time,
too tired.
yeah, or he was getting home at 11:30. Like by the time MASH come on and shit, I'm going to sleep. He getting home from work and shit. So we missed schedules like that. And then like through high school, I'm playing football. He going to work. Like we just we didn't connect. So when I became an adult, we got a working relationship. Now it's funny because like and again, rest in peace to my mom's. When she passed in 2016, when I was in Colorado, I would call every day to talk to my mom, talk to my mom because that was my thing. And my old man would be there, and she was like, "Hey, your daddy downstairs. She want to talk to him. I tell him I'll talk to him tomorrow."
I let him know.
When my mama passed away, I started talking to my old man every day, right? So then I remember the young lady I was with at the time. She was like, "So you talk to your daddy every day?" So then I'm thinking like, why is that a bad thing though? Like it's fucked up because it's not what we used to. Niggas don't talk to their daddy every day. Like they just don't. So now when people see me and interact with my old man, they be like, "Dog, I love your relationship." I'm like, "Dog, it wasn't always like that."
Right.
But like now that it is, it's like I love that shit. But I say all that to say this, dog. I was thinking we was watching Maury the other day. I was at my old man crib. He was watching Maury. That's one of our things. We watched Maury and shit. And the conversation was so...
I can imagine how to do it. Hey, Julian, go ahead. Give me the beer out there. Yeah. Hurry up. Maury coming on. Come on.
It's real shit. That's real. Like, should you want to smoke this joint? Like, hell yeah. But then it's like, it's funny, like, how much of the shit I got from him and didn't even know it, though.
Right.
So we both screaming at the TV and shit. I'm just listening to what we saying. Like, we so fucking vulgar. I'm like, if people would listen to us, like, you wouldn't think this was my daddy, the way we talking. Like, we talking like niggas off the street. And I'm just like, damn, now I'm thinking about that. Our communication is good, our relationship is good, but I wonder, are our conversations kind of fucked up? Like, maybe we shouldn't be talking like this.
Not really, because I got 3 sons. 2 of them is grown. One is
and y'all
22,
talk like...
the other one is 24 now. He just turned 24. And that's how we talk. We talk like niggas off the street.
Yeah. So I was wondering, like, should I be concerned?
That's just a man.
That's just okay. All right. I was wondering.
But it's a man thing to the point though. But it's not getting out of hand because that's how y'all two are communicating.
Yeah.
Or that's how Joe and his children is communicating.
It's all respectable because at the end of the day, they still know I'm dad, so they still know what not to say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But it's still a boundary.
Exactly.
But I'm more willing to bet you if your grandfather was in the room or your father was in the room with his grandchildren,
for sure not talking like that.
The conversation would be different.
Completely different.
Because I understand it's a thing called generational respect, right?
It is.
Yeah.
So when we look at life, we have to understand that we only do things that we fit suitable at that time
Facts.
and situationable. We don't do things because it's a necessity and or that it's right and or wrong.
Gotcha.
Right.
You
You
right.
feel me? So
If my granddad was in that motherfucker, definitely we not talking about none of the shit that we was talking about.
And I'm gonna tell you some real shit. Like, listen, even when I go back in my hood, right, we was doing the annual neighborhood things, right? I still would not drink in front of my next door neighbors.
I got you.
I got a neighbor like that.
I would turn around and drink my beer, or if they come outside, I put my beer down. Me and my boy Dino
Facts.
was just like that. Like we don't.
That's true.
We have generational respect.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And like even for my bigger bros, I'd be like, I don't drink. Man, it's okay. You grown, drink. I'm like, bro, I don't know. I just still feel funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you on
and it's good when you feel that way. Like, so I'm having my mentor. My mentor is gonna be on the show. Next Thursday, right? When if you ever go see me turn into a kid, it might be that day.
Oh shit! What time on Thursday?
Saturday.
I gotta see this shit. I gotta see this shit.
At 7:00. But if you see me tear up,
Oh, look at Baby Miles.
right? And if I tear up, it's because that same situation. I have respect for certain people that can make me not want to cuss, make me not want to do certain things because of the respect that they done showed me.
Yeah. No, for sure.
You feel
for
me?
Sure.
So, out of respect they show me, the only way I cuss in front of my mentors if I'm mad.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Or I'll be like, this is some dumb shit, Pops.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He be like,
Right.
well, hold on, son. Let's see what we can work out. You know what I mean? Brother Bedford is probably the only person I cuss with because we came up during the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
For sure.
And we be debating on who is each other's mentor. You know what I mean? Crazy as shit. He said, "Big bro, you be calling me your mentor as hell. You my mentor." I be like, "Okay, well, goddamn it, today you my mentor." Okay.
I never knew y'all was having that conversation. Because from your standpoint, it always seemed like he your mentor because that's how you always introduce him.
Exactly.
That's how I met him.
And then when you, but then when you see us communicate and talk, one thing about being a mentor, sometimes when people say, "I look at you as a mentor," but then I gotta see the actions that they did that we do together. You feel me?
Gotcha.
See, when people say that I'm their mentor, I don't easily accept mentees because I gotta go by your actions.
Dog, that's real shit. And I just wanna piggyback on that. I think that's real, and I think that it's important to understand that as a mentee though. And I want to say that because when I did an internship at Black Enterprise when I was 21. A few years later, I reached back out to the assistant editor and shit at the time, who was Alfred Edmond, right? So we cool, right? You know what I'm saying? We cool. But I reached out to him to ask him about, being my mentor. And like his assistant got back in touch with me and told me like, this wasn't the time, whatever.
Right.
And I was kind of pissed, right? But then like later on, like our paths crossed again, and then he became my mentor. And then like not too long ago, he actually had shouted me out on Facebook, like like my mentees doing their thing or whatever. And I was just thinking like, had I looked at it or had I kept that same attitude initially,
right.
I'd have fucked that whole situation up. So when you looking to be somebody's mentee, you also have to understand what this means for them.
Right.
See, a lot of times you're looking at like what I can get out of it, what can I get?
Right.
But like if you ain't doing shit, then the person mentoring you, like they don't want to be connected to you if you ain't really doing shit. You know what I'm saying?
For anybody who want to be someone mentee, the best thing you could do is show up.
That's it.
Definitely.
Mentee and being a mentee don't mean you get shit for free.
Right.
Mentee means you are paying attention to the actions and the activities going on with the person that you're looking at as a mentor, and you looking at them like, okay, what can I do next? I had people in my life, I want you to be my mentor. You don't ask a person to be your mentor.
See, exactly, and that's what I did. And that's what I did. And I figured out that I went about that shit completely wrong.
Yeah, you don't ask somebody to be your mentor. You just be there.
You just be there, exactly.
So I don't give a damn if you got to carry that person's briefcase, got to carry their bags, got to do whatever the fuck you want. If this is something you want to learn and you need to learn it, you do what you can to be in that atmosphere.
Facts.
You're not paying your dues is being paid by your actions, not by your fucking words. Nobody gives a fuck about your words.
Do this next generation even understand that?
No.
Like,
They don't.
They don't understand.
Because everything's a microwave society now. They want everything right now.
First of all, I like to anybody y'all who watching this, I'm gonna give y'all a test. Ask anybody under the age of 23 years old when the last time that they read a fucking book. And then you will actually get exactly what you wanted, what you needed to hear. Because it's sad. Cal said, man, the reason why Eminem one of the best rappers in the world because of his vocabulary.
He read dictionary.
He know how to not just read the dictionary, he starts to understand how to place words. He know how to place syllables outside of syllables so that it could become sentences.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when you got that and you had that vocabulary again, reading is fundamental for real. It's not no cliche shit to be said. That shit is really real. Everybody in this room will always tell you, I have told them books to read and everything. You know what I mean? So I don't know if I ever bought. I know I gave Nicole a couple books as a gift before.
And I read some of them.
But the whole thing is, once you read, you'll learn how to communicate better.
That's true.
You feel me?
That's definitely true.
I mean, when you get into these, especially like these circles, podcast circles, any kind of professional circles, or I take it even a step lower. When you look at motherfuckers posts on Facebook, and you start understanding that everybody don't communicate on the same level, dog. It's almost funny. Like, damn, you feel like it's certain shit you should know how to communicate that you think is just normal. Like, you should just know how, and some people just don't.
But the thing is,
we take that shit for granted sometimes.
The thing is, this new generation they just think everything is like hood shit, ghetto shit, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know how to switch it up. See, I can go to the hood and act hood. And I can go around professionals and
and tighten up my tie.
They never know I'm from the hood.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And I look, I'm not trying to up nobody, but when it comes to me, I don't give a fuck if I have a tie on or not. Right? I have been in rooms where my mentor, I remember my mentor, he tapped me on my shoulder. He was like, "Control the ball. It's in your court." And I didn't understand until
and that's real.
Until he walked away and everybody else stayed. They was like, "Hey, where do you know Miles? I mean, where you been hiding at?" I said, and he said, "He know how to talk."
Right.
Yeah, that's real.
I said, "I haven't hidden nowhere." Just said, "I just learned how to talk loud enough so y'all can hear me."
Yeah.
And that's by my actions.
No, I ain't gonna lie to you. That's the ultimate, like big up and shit from or the ultimate compliment from a mentor or anybody that you look up to when they're able to do that. So I got an example of that too. I was with my auntie, rest in peace to my auntie, and she did a lot of shit in local politics and shit, and like she knew a lot of people, so she would take me to like the mayor's Christmas parties and shit, you know what I'm saying, and would like just fucking leave me.
Right.
Like at first I used to be like, "What the fuck, dog? Like, why you always doing this weak shit, right?" But then I realized it's because she could.
Right.
I could hold that shit down.
Right. Hold
so
your
it's like
own.
that's like the ultimate compliment, and you don't even realize it sometimes when you in the moment. You don't even realize it.
You never realize.
Damn, I got a lot of stories.
Most definitely. you never realize how good your weapon game is until it's time to unload. Like I told somebody that said, they said, "Well, Miles, who your mentors?" So I don't know if y'all remember, I posted all my mentors up. You know what I mean? And then there's other ones I didn't post up because they just start coming into my life, like Dr. Sabrina Jackson, like the Pam
You big up her a lot, yeah.
like
Shout out
Pam
to
Paris, like the Monica Morgans. The reason why these people are so important because I'm able to gauge things from them and utilize them in my business every day. Today I was riding down the freeway. Somebody was just getting off the phone talking about they were ready to quit their job, and I realized how important it was for me to be who I am. Like, and by me not having a job, like how much freedom I really have in doing what the fuck I need to do, not what I want to do.
What
You know what I mean?
do.
Like somebody was like, so Kat was here, and we went to lunch so we could discuss the magazine. She said, "See, you just left your job to go have lunch. I don't have that fucking freedom."
Right.
I said, "You do. You just gotta you have to be having the willingness to do so.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, and look, Joe, he'll tell you I was on this nigga head for about 8.
I knew that shit was coming.
For
You see, that's why I was quiet as fuck. I didn't even say shit. Like, I'm like, maybe this should have just go past and shit.
I was on this nigga head for about 7-8 years, easy.
Yeah.
He get to me, I'm about to go back to the plantation. We was having a good talk. Yeah, man, I gotta go back to the plantation. I said, "Q, you
Can't serve two masters.
You can't serve two
real.
masters."
All that shit, and like I said, I was listening, but honestly, it took me to keep getting fired from that bitch to be like, "No, I can't keep these fucking jobs anyway." So
That shit
fuck
ain't
'em.
called plantation for nothing. bro.
I swear it's not. I swear it's not.
And plus, sometimes I think we get caught up so much in what we doing that, and I'm about to go deep. We don't be doing God's will.
Facts.
And then
I definitely wasn't.
That's real. That's real. That's real.
Why Nicole looking at me like this?
I definitely wasn't, and I have to be honest with you. Like now, not having a 9 to 5, I work way more than I ever did at a
Man,
fucking
what?
corporate job.
Nigga, I think
but
I slept-
I'm cool.
I think I slept about 3 hours this week.
You feel me? This nigga said this week. God damn. Shit.
Oh, everything.
I thought you talking about last night. This nigga said this week.
Shit.
He slept longer than that, but I know the feeling what
Right,
he mean.
yeah.
No, for sure. I feel you. So yeah, I'm working way harder, but like it's for what I want.
But you
though.
more happier, right?
Yes, man. Like I ain't never been happier in my life, and like you said, just the freedom. Like I know it's a. Sometimes it can be overstated and shit. People get, they get into their job situations and they feel comfortable. They feel some kind of security, and I'm never go hate on that. I just couldn't do it.
Right.
I just couldn't. Nigga, I did it for fucking 25 years of the fucking workforce. Like,
When I tell you,
it just don't feel like it was worth it, though. And these last
Man.
few years, with all the work I've been putting in, and even though like it's not always stable, like it's not,
No.
but I still feel like it was fucking worth it.
and here's one thing what I learned too. So this is something I'm preaching and I'm teaching other people. Forget 5 or 7 streams of income. Be the ocean. Because I don't know. You heard the story about the Dave Chappelle was that Dave Chappelle talking about the story about the baboon? How people in Africa will find water. They'd stick a thing of salt inside of something for the baboon to take out.
Yeah, I
so
heard
as soon as the
something like
baboon
that,
eats the
yeah.
salt, he needs water
Yeah.
because he get dehydrated. So he'll follow the monkey or baboon to the water.
Yeah.
So what I've learned was that the ocean, once you create your ocean, once you be the best you can be, once you be the best person that you are, and you're in your gift, with your gift, that you are creating the ocean.
Yeah.
Ocean creates streams, right? So you can look at it one of two ways. Ocean will create the streams, or the ocean will help make other people find a way to get to make a stream.
To today's streams, yeah, I
To
got
the
you.
ocean, you know what I mean? To make a stream. So
Which is ultimately what you here for, is to service others and shit.
Bam.
I got
Bingo.
you. I got you.
Bingo.
We got real deep right there. Y'all niggas didn't even know I could get. Y'all niggas didn't even know I could get deep like that. You know what I'm saying? I'll be deep like that sometimes. I felt where you was going with that shit.
right. But,
I mean, it really is though.
Yeah.
Like, that's really our only purpose here. Like, when you trying to do everything for yourself, it's cool. I mean, obviously you want things for yourself, but in real life, you just here to make an opportunity for somebody else in real life. Like, that's really what you're here for.
And shout out to Dennis Reed. He was here yesterday with Tia Black talking. He was talking about he finally realized he became the person he became by helping and serving other
Yeah.
people. He said he realized he has messed over a lot of people. So his whole thing was to push and help other people.
Yeah.
And I've been preaching helping other people for so long. People are like, well, Miles, you can't always do shit for other people for free. It's not about doing them for free, but if you could just show them what it means to just do things for other people, then it would go along and it go further than. Listen, man, if you
Help a nigga out. Help a nigga out.
Listen, if you are letting somebody pay you for your time, right? That means they will pay you for your time to shut the fuck up and stay out, and that would dictate your morals. You feel me? There's a lot of people who killing people every single day for a paycheck. There's a lot of people who's dying every single day for a paycheck.
No, hey, so this random as hell. Though. I think I might have mentioned this morning on the show, but I was watching this movie called Death to a Telemarketer, right?
You was.
So, dog, that's exactly that. And when I seen that movie, it reminded me of my days at Comcast. And I'm just thinking, like, you are literally being paid to be the worst fucking person on earth. I am selling a 90-year-old lady a triple play, convincing her that she needed, knowing she living on a fucking what you call it,
A budget.
a budget and shit, right? So, like, you are really doing the devil's work, dog, for a paycheck. And when I see that movie, I was like, fuck. That was my life, and that's why I had to leave that bitch, bro. Like, I could not do it. Like, every day I left that motherfucker, I left with a piece of my soul, nigga. I swear
But
to
you know
God.
why? You know why? Because on the back of the dollar it's saying God we trust.
Yeah.
And everybody think they closer to God with riches. And
Man.
God puts you further apart when you with riches and you don't do for other people.
And trust me, Comcast was paying niggas nicely for commissions.
But hold on.
But it's just
Deeper
not
than that.
worth it.
Deeper than that. Not Comcast. You
Yeah.
know who really out here getting paid
Oh,
the
shit.
devil's work?
Oh.
DTE.
Oh, not DTE.
Nigga, it be 30 below zero, and they cutting a 80-year-old woman or gas
remember
off, nigga.
remember they found a man dead in his house.
Yeah.
He froze to death because they cut off his gas. And
God damn.
This is about 7 years ago. So I don't know if y'all remember. Like 4 years ago, they said they wasn't gonna shut nobody gas off.
Yeah, that's what they said.
Yeah, but now shit.
Yeah.
But we have to really think about it, like the jobs we take on and what we portraying.
Yeah.
It's It's unethical and immoral.
A lot of them.
Man, what?
I mean, listen. People work at a plant for $25, $30 an hour. Listen, let's just say at the top, let's say a person making $40 an hour, right?
Yes, fixed income. That's the word I was looking for.
Fixed income. That's it. $40 an hour. They working $40 hours a week, right? That's $1,600. $1,600 a fucking week, right?
Yeah.
That's only $6,000 goddamn dollars a month.
Yeah.
Right?
Depending on your perspective, it feels like a lot.
Hold on. Wait a minute. But you are dying through the air that you fucking breathe every day.
Yeah.
And it's crazy.
They're paying you to die.
Yeah,
With insurance on your name.
Yeah.
The only reason why they get breaks through the government, the state, and the United States of America, it's because they have your human body as a piece of steak.
And think about it. You got to work 30 years to retire. Nigga, you gonna die when you retire anyway.
my
know
old
what I'm
man
saying?
worked at Chrysler for 34 years, I think it was, maybe something like that. And I am thankful because, you know, we were able to live decently, you know what I'm saying? Like, we was a little bit above poverty, you know what I'm saying? But I appreciate that shit. But I would never go in those footsteps ever. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I appreciate that shit, but I would never put my head down and put 30 years into a plant. Ever.
Well,
Ever.
never. But when you think about it,
But that's all they had.
That's all they had.
He didn't have no options for it.
But he probably did. But the options was probably slimmer than him. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like here's the thing: is the states of the United States, everything that black people created that they call criminal, they wound up making it legal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The numbers, the lottery, come from the streets.
Yeah.
They made that fucking legal.
Yeah.
This shit.
Yeah, I'm about to-
This shit.
listen.
Look
Weed,
here.
nigga, look at weed.
And
And in September, it's finally going to the Senate for the federal
federal.
shit to get
Oh,
took
yeah.
off of the level 1
Yeah.
shit.
Once federal okay.
Now, you
it's
think that's gonna
down.
happen for real?
Yeah, they're gonna okay.
No.
I don't know.
because
I don't think so.
It's gonna happen.
happen.
You want to know why it's gonna happen? Because the banks won't in on that.
well, here's the thing though. So if the
You know
bank-
what? Crypto probably won't in on
Hold
it.
on.
Exactly.
Because they ain't
Exactly.
in the FDIC.
Wait a minute.
And crypto is becoming major.
They-
Damn, I just thought of
Hold on,
something.
wait a minute. But they're not. If they do it right, they would be so many lawsuits on the United States government because there's a lot of people in jail right now to this day
Yeah, for
marijuana.
weed.
Wait a
Yeah.
minute.
And that's why I think they might not do it.
This is. I mean, so Joe's saying they will, and I'm saying they're not.
They gonna do
They gonna have to rewrite
It's
all
about
of that
money.
shit.
No, hold on.
They gonna have to rewrite. They gotta revisit all of those
They can't
cases
do
if
nothing
they
but let
do
them
it.
niggas out.
No.
It ain't that easy.
No, they cannot.
It ain't that
afford-
easy,
Because
right.
guess what? If
That's labor.
if they let them out, they letting them know that they was right, and to let them know they're right, they still have a lawsuit going on. There are gonna be more lawsuits on the United States government than you could possibly fucking imagine. You know what I mean? When
Yeah, it's the United States. They ain't gonna do nothing but kill them niggas. Keep them niggas.
And they gonna make an example of the first
You know what I'm
nigga.
saying?
Like,
That's
see what
how
happened
they
to the first
gonna
nigga
do
tried
it.
to
They
do
gonna
it.
kill them niggas. Keep
so
it moving.
it would that like that what you do? They're like, no.
Exactly. You know what though?
For
You
real.
might be right.
For
the
real.
first nigga gonna get killed,
I'm
nigga like, you know
trying
what?
to tell you.
I got out of jail, I'm cool. Like, I ain't suing them
Right.
niggas. You might be right.
I thank God I'm free. That's all I need.
You're
probably right.
My mom coming home.
Damn.
My mom coming home.
Damn. I hadn't even thought about it. You're
United
probably
States
right
do what
though.
the fuck they want to do, man.
Go ahead, 2 shots in the head, talk about he killed himself.
Right.
Like,
You,
in the forehead.
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Shot himself twice. Like, okay. All right.
It was automatic.
Right.
Okay.
Like, all right, you right. He killed himself.
But how did he
Damn, that's
right.
crazy.
How did he shoot himself in the shoulder and chest?
Right.
The gun
Right.
fell.
It ricocheted from the brain,
Bruh.
and then it went to the shoulder. Man,
Hey,
get
look,
outta here,
we
man.
laughing, but that's really how that shit be
it's
happening.
real. That's how they do.
That's
it.
fucked up.
Then one of the Panthers, then they try to say that he killed himself.
Yeah,
The Panthers.
a lot of them parents.
Shit, I don't know, did they?
Yeah, they try to say one of them killed himself.
Yeah.
It was obvious. He's like, but he got shot twice.
Yeah.
So
That's the same way with you know, Fred Hampton and shit. They talking about.
That's what I'm talking
Oh
about.
no, they said he was shooting and shit, but like dog was asleep. And they shot the nigga 4 or 5 times in the bed and shit. They talking about all these shots that was fired at them. They logistically only found 2 rounds that was fired upon the police. Yeah. So like it's just funny. I was watching an old documentary and shit about it, and they was trying to explain, how all these inconsistencies, which is fucked up. They documented all these inconsistencies, and they still deemed it a fucking legal kill, which is fucking crazy. They are looking at the shit, and everything is completely opposite of what the police report is, and they still got away with that shit, bro.
You looking at it being crazy? You know why I look at it being crazy?
Because it's just what it is. Huh?
No, they stole the whole fucking country.
Man,
yeah,
for real.
Right.
They stole the whole goddamn country.
The whole country, nigga. The whole country.
Dog,
bro.
that's just.
Listen, damn. The crazy part.
That shit fucked up though, right? Like, and it just happened. Then, and it's the narrative, dog. And I hate getting into this shit because I just fucking hate when you like. Just like what James Baldwin said, nigga. Like I'm a paraphrase because I'm high a little bit.
You be fucking up.
But like as soon as you become conscious and shit, then you always in a state of rage and shit. This is I paraphrase and shit, but that's what he said. But you often be in a state of rage if you understand what's happening around this motherfucker. Don't be mad as shit.
And the part but the part of you being raged is the part of you being more mad as you that haven't been doing shit about your rage.
Damn. Yeah.
Because
that's true.
A lot of times we be mad at shit that we can control or contribute to.
Yeah, that's real.
And if we don't control or contribute to it, it's our fault. W.E.B. Du Bois wrote a book called Souls of Black Folks, and it says in the beginning, how does it feel to be part of the problem? Because we got to admit, we part of the fucking problem.
Yeah.
Last year, over 1,000 people was murdered in Chicago alone.
It's going down in Chicago. I'll be like, I ain't even gonna lie, like that shit.
I don't even want to go to Chicago.
That shit shit fuck with me a little bit. Like I really, I don't even know no other way to say this, but like, dog, y'all niggas need to stop, bro. Like, I don't know y'all niggas need to chill. These niggas is like literally in a 4 or 5 block radius. Like, fucking relax. Y'all niggas live next door. Nigga, it is a nigga killing somebody right now who has ate dinner at this man's grandma's house.
It goes down Chicago.
Bro, stop. Yeah. It's like that in fucking Southwest Detroit, dog. Southwest is so fucking small. These niggas, everybody in Southwest is fucking family damn near.
I think Chicago worse though.
I mean, Chicago worse.
I do fuck
and niggas
with
in Chicago probably think that we worse.
They do.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So it's perspective.
Hold on, but so this is another thing. So we talking with ladies and gentlemen, in case you just tuned in, we talking about our past affecting our present, and everything we spoke about is really true on the fact that a lot of things that we've done in our past is relative to this day because of how we handle certain situations. Can y'all agree?
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
So, one thing for sure, and 2 things to a bucket of shit.
What?
1 thing for sure, and 2 things to a bucket of shit.
What the fuck that come from?
I don't know. Okay.
Let me reel this in.
All right, reel it in, because I'm lost.
Anytime we don't believe what they're going through in Chicago is a complete and direct infliction on what was going on in the 60s. It just happened way faster.
Yeah.
Way worse than we could possibly fucking imagine.
Yeah.
Okay? And when I say that, meaning they showed us through television programs, through movies, how the DEA, FBI, police, the CIA actually infiltrate urban communities directly to sell drugs
to set niggas up for failure.
To set us up for failure, right?
Yeah.
That's why I love the whining song. Millions didn't make it, but I'm glad I'm one of the ones who did. That shit is real.
Yeah.
It's these 3 black men that y'all
your harmonizing was real too, though.
Yeah, it was real. It was real. It wasn't better than your 90 though. Listen,
I'm wearing that same bitch to the show next to each other. On that motherfucker.
Keep that food on
keep
it.
The stain
Keep the stain on that shit. Hell yeah.
Nigga, this is cream broccoli parmesan.
Authentic. You feel me?
Shout out to everybody who's checking us out. Thank you, love, for checking us out. Charles baritone bass Stewart was checking us out. Sound like he playing a fucking instrument.
Right, I hope so.
Ebony K, shout out to Ebony K.
What up, dog?
And Girl Boy, that's my them
Girl Boy.
Them the homies.
For sure.
They the homies.
Coming back, I missed
No, they are still doing their thing, making some money. So yeah, we'll see them tomorrow. Q, tell them where they can find you at.
Check me out every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 a.m. on eblockradio.com with the homies Angry Man and Monk Money on the Wake and Bake Show, which means tomorrow morning, 4:20. We in that bitch at 10 a.m. getting hot in the
I
motherfucker.
should come out just to get high.
You should pull up, dog. You know what I'm talking about? Tuesdays and Thursdays on the Rise and Grind Show. Tuesday nights right here on Girth. Wednesday nights on Word on the Street podcast. Shout out to my nigga Drake down in Arizona. And check me out on IG at q.lewis313. You already know what it is. Your boy Q Lewis holding it down live
For the
48205.
Yeah.
Red Zone, baby.
Gang, bitch. Joe, tell them where they can find you at.
Find me on Instagram at Joe Spraggs, Joe_Spraggs. You can find me.
You can tell he ain't used to interview a shit. He's like, you get
Find me when you see me, motherfucker.
Right. My name Joe.
You need music.
Mm-hmm.
You need engineering, anything, hit me up at Joe Spraggs, Joe_Spraggs.
If you need them pictures of Martin Luther King in them hotels, Joe got you.
At the Lorraine Motel and this motherfucker.
I can make that happen too. You know what I mean?
You're like, I did not have no sexual relations with that woman. I seen her mountaintops.
Hey, it wasn't me.
Say it wasn't me.
You can find
Hey,
me.
but wait, before you say that though, you had mentioned something earlier about motherfuckers not reading books, though. I just want to say, read some motherfucking books.
Read some books.
Yeah, for sure.
Or don't if you don't read, just look at some shit on the internet. Get an audio book. Let it read to you. Fuck
Right.
it. Like it's easy.
If you that
Get
goddamn
information,
late,
nigga.
get information.
Get information.
I mean,
That's
next
however
best
you
thing,
get.
I guess. You know what I mean?
Right. remember that guy who made a book? He made a song. Read a book. Read a book. Read a motherfucking book. Read a. You ain't never heard that?
I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember that.
he got tired of he was a substitute teacher.
Yeah.
And he was like, y'all don't read books?
Oh, he was a teaser?
Yeah, so he made
Oh,
him read
no,
a
he was
book,
mad about
read
that
a-
shit
yeah,
for real.
he was really upset. Y'all can check me. Y'all can check me out, M Dixon 313 on Instagram. Hey, y'all, check out simplypodcastic.com. It's a good site. We got some good shit on there. Shout out to Street Noise. Their movie is coming out called Beautiful Noise. They premieres May 13th at the Bel Air. Give them a shout out. Vent Radio, go to ventradio.net, and I'm sure they got a link on their site. Or also you go pick up the trailer. Go look at the trailer on simplypodcasting.com. It's on there. It's a dope. It's a dope trailer. So you can also find me at Rise and Grind. I'm on the show every Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Me, DJ Boog, Q Lewis. My homegirl Brittany Chanel, SF Hardy sometimes, and the little one, half baked bullet cupcake nigga, Will Bennett.
Wow.
Smack
He did not call him a cupcake nigga.
He did.
Dog, he's slapping the shit out of everybody in every movie, though.
Every movie. That's funny. So.
Serial slapper. Serial slapper, nigga. Shout out to my nigga Will, man.
Will Bennett.
Shout out to Will.
Will Bennett smack a bitch in a minute. Listen,
I like that.
Yeah, that nigga always smacking bitch in the That nigga do be smacking the shit
No,
out
he's smacking the shit out of bitches on the movies, bro. Like, this nigga wild.
That nigga came famous in dance.
Dog,
Smacking the one
he
bitch.
slapped that bitch into the chips.
No, that was the best thing, nigga.
gave her a free Olay for real.
Man,
Dog, boy.
shout out to Will, man.
sure.
Inspiration, my guy.
Right. Ebony K, we know girl boy love. And shout out to Girl Boy. Listen, Girl Boy came through with the food Sunday.
Yeah, I mentioned it earlier. Yeah.
He just came through with the food.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And shout out, huh?
I missed it.
Yeah, you always missing stuff.
Yeah, shout out to Girl Boy. I miss some of that food too.
Right.
For sure.
And you know what I like?
Always missed
Good energy always.
She
dog.
bought some dressing without the gravy, and it was still good. Oh damn, we
Then we got a phone call.
That's what it
I was like, we didn't put the number up, did we?
Yeah, plug it up. Plug that one in there on us.
For the shout out, I know y'all finna close, Nicole, I was coming back. I don't want you to think that I'm a liar because I really was coming back.
It's all good, girl.
But the streets was calling, and it was a little busy. So I had to go ahead and get them little coins, honey, get my money out, honey.
Yeah, I feel that.
I feel you, girl
Yeah,
boy.
You
Hey,
feel me?
hey,
But
I
see
miss
y'all-
that food too, girl boy.
You said, what you say?
I miss that food too.
That's Joe.
Okay, right. I know who Joe is. I see that he a normal host on that mug. Listen, I ain't mad at y'all. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I love y'all. I'm about.
Girl, boy,
All right, for
girl,
sure.
no,
Huh?
girl, listen, hold on.
Trying to get about that motherfucker. All right, then y'all niggas come out.
So we are me, you, and Joe is gonna go for the civil rights movement motion picture.
Hey, hey, girl boy, fuck what that nigga talking about. This nigga on some bullshit.
Right. You, we could even do our friends hook up tonight. Dang.
Right. So
It's okay.
don't forget next week, April 27th, DJ Wax Saxon Dre
Okay.
versus DJ Bass. Girl boy is going to be on the microphone. Michael Jackson versus Prince.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
It's going down, y'all.
Hey,
It's going down.
You don't gotta be rich to be my girl.
It's going
All right, I
down.
just learned that today, y'all. All right, y'all have a good night. See y'all. Y'all be
All right,
blessed.
girl.
All
boy.
right.
All right, bye.
Miss Carmen, Will Bennett is in dimes. He smacked two bitches. He smacked the same bitch with 2 times.
Hey, one thing I gotta say about that, Will, you let that bitch beat you with the rocks, bro. You gotta come back from
There
that.
wasn't no rock.
It was rocking around.
Yeah, it
Fango.
was the rock, right. It was the pop can. Dog, nigga, she said she popped you,
dog,
and then you need the gun, nigga. You gotta come back from that, Will.
And the funny part, when she
He
finished,
deserved that shit, though. He was weak as hell.
the
man.
funny part is when she finished beating his ass, she opened up a candle
Right.
and just drank it while she's sitting over. Hey y'all, until next time. If we don't be here, just know we with you in spirit at all times.
Damn.
What where we going?
No, I'm talking some weekends. I mean, some Tuesdays we weren't here,
Oh, okay. I
and I
get
just want them to let you can always go on Simply Podcasting and go to the Girth page, the Girth channel, and watch the goddamn videos. Damn,
got
why
you.
y'all all uptight? Y'all got your panties in your 90